Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting. And this show is part of the larger Capitalize Your Best podcast network of shows. On Mondays, we have this show, This Is Gonna Hurt, which is a personal growth podcast helping you make a better you. On Tuesday, we have Coach Training Partners, which is a podcast that helps coaches create programs and increase their revenue. On Wednesday, we have Capitalize Your Best, which is our marketing and business growth podcast. On Thursdays, we don't have a formal podcast, but we do have a live Capitalize coaching call at 11 a.m. Eastern that happens inside the Capitalize Your Best online community. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. And then on Fridays, we have You're Entitled to Your Opinion, which is our pop culture podcast. But friends, thanks so much for joining us. As always, your likes, shares, comments, subscriptions mean so much. Let's jump right in. I like to be positive, but sometimes we have to show the other side of things for us to be motivated. So today I want to take up the topic of 3 things that will guarantee that you're going to fail. I want to see you succeed. I do. I want you to just achieve your dreams, go beyond anything you could ever imagine. But if you're doing these 3 things, they are guarantees that you are going to fail. One thing that if you do this will guarantee your failure is if you justify your lack of discipline just as the way you do things. So many times people justify their lack of discipline as being just a special snowflake. Well, that's not really the way I do things. But what it really is the way you do things is that you lack discipline. How do you know? Well, if you're not scheduled, if you don't do things no matter what, if you're constantly doing things at the last moment, those are examples of lack of discipline. When you don't schedule it, when you don't do it no matter what, when you're always doing things last minute, that is a sign of a lack of discipline. But so many people cover that up with just like, well, no, it's just the way I do, the way I like to do things, the way I'm most creative. I work best under pressure. If you want pressure, put something on the calendar and do it. That's pressure. People are like, I work really well in the last minute because I work best under pressure. Prove it. Put something on the calendar and then do it no matter what. That's pressure. But if you're justifying your lack of discipline with things like, well, it's just the way I do things, and you're not successful, the way you're doing things sucks. The way you are doing things is not working. I promise you, if you're justifying your poor performance as the way you do things, you're never going to succeed. If you would like to succeed, do the exact opposite. If you'd like to succeed, put something on the calendar. If you'd like to succeed, do it no matter how you feel. If you would like to succeed, don't wait until the last moment, but create a plan and then stick to it. But if you lack discipline, I promise you, you are never going to succeed. One way that you know that you're going to fail and not succeed is if you constantly complain and blame shift. If you are a complainer and a blame shifter, you are not going to succeed. It is a recipe for failure. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've been around people and they're constantly complaining like, oh, that person didn't do this, or that person didn't do that, or this person did this to me. Or when things are your responsibility, you go, well, it's because of the weather, or it's because, well, I was just super busy, or I was sick last week. Listen, those things happen. There's things in life we can go, that wasn't done well. Or there's times we can go, I was sick. But if you're constantly complaining and you're constantly blame shifting, you will never, ever succeed. You will fail. The quickest way to failure is to complain and blame shift. Because guess what? You will surround yourself with complainers and blame shifters. And eventually, you're all going to turn on each other and you're going to find yourself alone. And you're going to be angry and bitter. But what I want for you is to succeed. If you would like to succeed, don't complain. Don't blame shift. If you would like to succeed, then just continue minding your own business. Don't complain about anybody. And if you want to succeed, don't blame shift. Take responsibility. If there is someone in your circle who's not carrying their weight, then find someone else to carry the weight, or you carry it, but have the conversation with them. If they don't want to own it, Don't blame shift, but then have complete ownership and radical ownership. And that complete ownership and radical ownership will make you all of a sudden go, oh, I'm not good at this thing. I need to delegate that, or I can do this, but it will remove complaining. I'm telling you, if you complain and you blame shift, you will fail and not succeed. If you want to guarantee your failure, have a standard that's higher for others than you have for yourself. If you want to fail, have a standard that's higher for others than you do for yourself. How do you know if you're doing this? Well, that's when you're always saying, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, or you have a way that you want every single thing done, but the things you do are not quality. If you have a way in which you like, I've got this vision and I want it to look like this, not like this, but the things you do are not quality, you have a standard higher for others than you have yourself. If you want to succeed, have an immensely high standard for yourself, keep it, and then attract people to you who also share high standards. But I'm telling you what, if in an organization, if you or yourself, but if you don't have high standards, but you have standards higher for others, you're never succeed. You're not going to meet your physical goals, your relationship goals, your business goals, none of them. If your standards for others are higher than for yourself, no one's going to put up for that long term and you won't succeed. But here, if you want to succeed, set high standards for yourself first. I will exercise. I will eat well. I will be disciplined. I will do quality work. And then you can say, listen, follow my example. People love to follow a good leader who sets an example, but they don't want to follow a leader who has low standards but high expectations for everyone else. Friends, I want you to succeed, but there's a guaranteed pathway to failure. And that guaranteed pathway to failure is this. If you justify your lack of discipline, it's just the way you do things, you're going to fail. You're not a special snowflake. You're just like discipline. If you want to succeed, be disciplined. If you want to succeed, you've got to quit complaining and quit blame shifting. But if you are a constant complainer and a constant blame shifter, you will never succeed or reach any of your goals. And if you want to fail, well, then have standards higher for others than you have for yourself. But if you want to succeed, have a high standard for yourself and attract like-minded, high standard people to yourself. Friends, I want you to succeed. I want the best for you. The recipe for failure is justifying your lack of discipline. It's just the way you do things, constant complaining and blame shifting, and having a higher standard for others than you have for yourself. But if you want to succeed, be disciplined. If you want to succeed, take ownership and don't blame shift. If you want to succeed, have a high standard. Friends, one way in which I would like to lead you into having this self-discipline and to not complain and to have a high standard is by joining the Capitalize Your Best online community. It's a group of high achievers, high goal setters, high discipline. And I would love for you to be a part of it. We have daily, weekly, monthly coaching. We have the Thursday capitalized coaching call at 11 a.m. We have Wednesday night book club accountability group. We have an in-month seminar. We have courses free and paid. I have a 7-day free trial for you. And after that, it's $29 a month. $29 a month. It's cheaper than tank of a gas. It'll take you a lot farther than that. I'd love for you to be a part of our community. High achievers, high performers, people who want to encourage each other when they're down and cheer each other when they're up. Please join us. Also, if you're in the Fredericksburg area, I have our next Capitalized Mastermind dinner. It's on June 26th. It's $97. You get a wonderful dinner entree, wine, and a 20-minute coaching session with another group of high performers. Reach out to me. I can help you with that as well. But as friends, always thank you for tuning in, and grab us tomorrow for Coach Training Partners. I can't wait to see what we accomplish together. Thanks so much, friends. Bye-bye.